Outlaw King was just released on Netflix, and I've been looking forward to this for a couple months. The good thing about Netflix is they make an announcement, they drop a trailer, and they tell you a movie's coming out in like a month or two. I mean, I've had them do it, and the fucking thing comes out like the next day. So, instant gratification. I can't stand when something's announced and it's like, when's it come out? And I'm all excited for the prospect of it, and they're like, oh, it's going to come out in 3 years. And you're like, 3 fucking years? Oh my God. I mean, I don't need it tomorrow or anything, but the longer the wait, the higher the expectations get. And then a lot of times you get let down because you just have had too much time to build this thing up to this level that it could never achieve. And so I like the platform that Netflix has where they're kind of, giving you this announcement sometimes, a month or two before they're released. Yes, they have other things that they announce like a good year before they happen, but a lot of what I've seen off of there, I didn't even know was coming out until 2 weeks before it was, the trailer dropped. But anyway, so this is about Robert the Bruce in 14th century Scotland, and his very small diminished army is taking on a much, much larger English army, and just kind of how he won this massive, undertaking, whatever. And I went into this with pretty high expectations, but they were different than I should have had, because this film is not this huge, sprawling epic with lots of, huge action set pieces and whatnot. I don't know why I got my brain set up like that. I thought there was going to be like tons and tons of action battle sequences and carnage. And while some of the battle sequences are fucking violent and bloody and gruesome and awesome, there's not a ton of it. This is a slower piece. And no, I'm not a history buff, so I don't know every little detail of what this person did and what these outfits and all this stuff would look like. I'm not a historian by any means, but the film felt very authentic. As I said, I don't know a ton about that in reality, but it felt authentic to me. And I felt like the film was going for a much more authentic approach to the storytelling. The only real issues I had with it was I wish that we had gotten to know some of the other characters more and the relationships between them. Chris Pine plays Robert the Bruce here, and I think he does a great job. But I just didn't feel like I got to know his relationship with his wife too well. I didn't think I got to know his relationship with some of his soldiers as well as I would have wanted, so that when they're in peril and they're in these battles, I would feel more for them and hope that they didn't die. The character that I liked the most by far in this movie was Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, the Black Douglas, or Aaron Douglas, or is that Aaron Douglas? James Douglas. Yeah, there it is. Shit. Aaron is his name. That's why I'm fucking it up. I thought he was absolutely excellent in this. My favorite performance in this, my favorite character in this. I thought he was intense as fuck. He's a lunatic in this movie. And man, he's just out there, and I love him. I think he's fantastic in this. I thought he was amazing in Nocturnal Animals. I think he's an incredible actor, and I just can't wait to see what more he brings to us in the future. I hope he continues to get more roles and more headlining roles, but he plays a very good psychopath. So hopefully we get to see more of him. I'd like to see him in like a horror movie or something as a villain, or maybe a villain in a Marvel film or something, because he just plays that extremely well to me. But yeah, so that was a big surprise. Another big surprise here is a unknown actor, Callan Mulvey, which is one of my very favorite unknown actors. You'd recognize him if you saw him. He's been in all sorts of stuff like Batman versus Superman and Captain America, Winter Soldier, and he's been in a good amount of stuff. But it's always great to see him here. I recently saw him in a film called Delirium with Topher Grace. He pops up here and there. That Mrs. Meadows movie with like Kate freaking, or yeah, it doesn't matter. I dig the guy a lot, and I was really excited to see him in this, but unfortunately, he's not in it a ton. But yeah, as far as one of these kinds of movies go, I think it's very, very good. Because of what I had mentioned previously, I think it fell short of great for me. And I might have liked a little more battle, but, you know, it would have had to be like 30 minutes longer to fit in what I was asking for. Which, if you take Braveheart as an example, that's a 3-hour film. But it earns the 3 hours, I think. So yeah, it's a 2 hour and 1 minute film, and I'm actually kind of bummed it wasn't a little longer, just so we could get a little bit more of what I was asking for there. But if you're into these kinds of movies, and you know you're a historical buff and you like historical films like this, I think this is great. I thought this was really, really good. It just fell short of being like fantastic, you know? But overall, I was really impressed with it. I thought some of the battle sequences were just so fucking great. And there's a really cool opening shot. Like, I don't know if it's like the opening, but it's within a couple minutes of the opening, there's like a long, like 5+ minute long take. And that was really impressive because it's moving all around many, many actors. And so, yeah, anyway. I don't know if anybody out there who has, who subscribes to my channel even gives a fuck about these types of movies at all. I might just be talking to myself here for all I know. But if you do, I absolutely recommend the shit out of it if this is your kind of flick. But if you're not into these kinds of movies, please avoid it. This isn't going to be the one to win you over. It's very similar to a lot of those types of films. So anyway, guys, it's really fucking late. I'm stumbling over my words at this point. Good night.